through December the 7th. It's the annual enrollment period for Medicare, those folks that are on Medicare Advantage plan, prescription drug plans, looking to do different things. So there's a lot of different options out there, a lot of things that are changing for the 2026. So would love to answer questions if we've got any folks that would like to ask some questions. If not, we'll shut it down quick. But if we would like, those are some minor changes that are going on, but the Medicare Advantage plans, they change each year. So this is the time of year you start getting inundated with a bunch of radio ads and also TV commercials of these experts like Joe Namath and Jimmy J.J. Walker that knows everything about Medicare, telling people stuff and really confusing them. So we just would love to help folks if they've got any questions or need some advice if they're turning 65 and things like that. That's what we want to share with them.
So if you have any questions, you can call 865-457-1380, and he'll answer your questions.
Would love to. Yeah. So call in, because if you don't call in, we're
just gonna get out of here and move on with our life. No.
I'm going to go set some insurance. So the thing that a lot of people ask the questions about Medicare versus Medicaid and things like that. So the simple question, I'll do that. I'll answer those type of questions first. A lot of people will ask, what's the difference between Medicare and Medicaid? And it's a pretty easy answer to that. If you're turning 65, a lot of people will say, when are you eligible for Medicare? Medicare is like health care. Medicaid is financial aid. So there's a difference in that. Medicaid is through the states and like TennCare. People's heard of TennCare.
Right.
Medicare is actually through the private carriers like Blue Cross, Humana, United Healthcare, and so on. And that is health care. And so people ask the question a lot of time about when are you eligible to go on Medicare? And most everyone will become eligible when they're turning 65. There is case circumstances where they can go on it before then with certain diseases and things going like that. If they're disabled for 24 months, that after that they can go on Medicare prior to turning 65. So those are the most common questions we get a lot of times about Medicare. Yeah.
That's awesome. I never really understood what Medicare and Medicaid was, but financial aid is Medicaid, right?
That's right.
All right. That's awesome.
That's the most common thing, Nicole. People will say, I'm on Medicaid when they're actually on Medicare.
Right.
So that is the way I try to explain it is aid and care is the last parts of each of those. Medicare and Medicaid.
Okay.
And so financial aid, you think of the financial portion, low income, and there's certain qualifications you have to meet to get to Medicaid. But in healthcare with Medicare, it is the main thing is turning 65 and older. Those people have good options of going on certain different, either the Medicare supplement, what a lot of people call Medigap, or the Medicare Advantage plans. And so there's a lot of differences in them. Both are really good options for folks.
Okay. So, I see commercials on there, and it says Medicaid A, B, and C. What does your company do?
We do them all. And essentially there's several parts to Medicare. Great question. You do be the one to call in for me, okay? It's a great question. So Medicare Part A is what covers the hospitalization. There's what's called Original Medicare, which the government, essentially, it's ran through Social Security Administration. Medicare Original Part is Part A, which is hospitalization, like if you have to go in the hospital or skilled nursing facilities and so on. The Part B portion is the portion that is the medical portion, more so the where your doctor's visits and things like that.
Okay.
So that's what that consists of. Those are the main two parts. Those are the two parts of Original Medicare, Part A and B. The option where they say is Part C, that is called a Medicare Advantage plan.
Okay.
And then if you go through the alphabet, Part D is what's called a standalone prescription drug plan, which you have with a Medicare supplement plan.
Oh, okay.
So it can sound kind of tricky and complicated, but we try to simplify it as much as we can for folks. Yes.
That's really good. Okay. I like that.
But we'd love to have, if someone has any questions about their plan that they have on now or are turning 65 and would like to call in, we'd love to answer some questions for you because the January 1st, there's some changes that are going on, and I can go over a couple of those, but there's some minor changes as far as that's coming up with the drug plans, the out-of-pocket costs for drugs.
Yes, I hear that they're going up.
Well, it's going up just a little bit.
Yeah.
It was the drugs themselves, but the cap on what you're paying out of pocket for drugs on these plans is going up. It was a couple of years ago, people would hear of the dreaded donut hole and what you would cap out. So people could cap out at around $8,000, right at $8,000. Well, that's gone away with, and so in 2025 it capped at $2,000. So one change that's coming up is going to be in 2026. It's going to be $2,100. It's the most they will pay out of pocket for their out-of-pocket costs for their prescription drugs.
Any questions for him for Medi?
Please.
Well, my husband back here, Roger,
Yes.
doesn't actually have health insurance.
Nope.
And he is 65.
65.
66.
And you have no health insurance. Great question there, because what are you doing if you go to the doctor? Or do you ever go to the doctor?
He never does. He's healthy as a horse. He has dental because he has teeth issues.
Yeah. Well, here's what I would tell him, and I'd love to help him. Is you have if you've worked essentially you or your spouse has worked 10 years and paid into the system, you don't pay anything for Medicare Part A of original Medicare. To get the Advantage plans, so to speak, on Medicare Advantage plans, you have to have Medicare Part A and B. The Part A portion doesn't cost anything as long as you or your spouse has paid into the system 10 years, worked essentially 10 years.
He has too, a lot.
Well, if he's never enrolled in Medicare, is he drawing Social Security?
Nope.
No, I work at North.
No, he's working full time.
Very good. Okay, you're on a group. You're not on a group plan or anything like that.
Not yet. I haven't set it up there or nothing.
Okay.
They do offer health insurance.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So what you want to do if you're in that case, Roger, it is. If you're in a case like Roger, he's 66 now, and he's never signed up for original Medicare. You don't want that late enrollment fee if you can keep from it. So what they want to know is if you've had any kind of credible coverage up to that point. So the easiest way to do that is you can either call, you can go online, or go in person to the Social Security Administration. I will brag a minute on the ones in Oak Ridge. They do a great job.
They do. I've been
They're
there,
fantastic. Yes. And you can call, set up an appointment. You can go by, but they're right now. I think they're taken by appointment only. But go by, because you've got some options that would, and you're entitled to Medicare Part A. And then if you want to sign up for Medicare Part A, it does come with a premium right now. But the premium, it depends on your income, your financial situation. There's helps out there called LIS, low income subsidy, what they call extra helps that helps pay a portion or all of your Part B premium if you qualify. Otherwise, like in 2025, that premium is $185 a month. It's going up in January. I think right now they're projecting it to go up to $204.50 per month. But when you have the original Medicare, which if you check into enrolling into that, you will then become eligible for either doing a supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan.
Wonderful.
And so those have dental. The Advantage plans has dental, vision, and hearing, as well as prescription drug coverages. So you got some good options. So you might want to check on that, because there's a lot of people that they get confused and don't know that they're actually eligible for a lot of these benefits.
Because I was cool. Working, I didn't think about that, and now I understand.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this: as we get older, we need to go to the doctor and have physicals and wellness checks, and so this is a good way that it's set up to help people go to the doctor and get checked out. If you've got dental issues, that's a big part. I'm going to tell you, people neglect two things with our health, is our feet and our teeth. People don't realize how important that is to our health. Our teeth play such a part, because if you don't have good teeth, you don't chew well, and then you don't digest well. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of things that comes into play with that. And this helps as far as paying for those bills to get medical help.
So it includes dental.
It does. Medicare Advantage plans do. Part C, the Advantage plans. Yeah. I have a little cheat sheet that I give folks at our appointments to simplify it, and it's kind of because it can be confusing to folks. If you're listening and want to call in, if you've got a question, I'd love to help you with it. But what most people get confused on is what is Part A, what's B, what's C and D, and so. To simplify it is, original Medicare only consists of two parts. Part A is hospitalization, and Part B is the physician or medical portion, which is like your doctor's visits. I'll give you a sheet here, and you give this to Roger. This kind of helps explain it. As far as the way we do it, we tell folks this. So the original Medicare, that top portion of that sheet, Roger, is the Part A, which it covers the inpatient hospital care, skilled nursing facilities, home health care, and like hospice care. It doesn't have a monthly premium as long as you or your spouse, like I was telling you earlier, has paid into the system essentially 40 units or quarters or 10 years.
Right.
So the Part B portion, which is also part of original Medicare, that's the portion that is the medical insurance. It covers the outpatient medical services like your doctor's visits. So it does have a premium with that one, unless you're getting the extra helps.
Right.
And we assist folks with that. Our folks at Madison Insurance Group, what we do is we assist folks with helping them to contact Social Security, TennCare, find out what they actually are qualified for. And as far as the plans themselves, getting the original Medicare is the first part. You have to get the original Medicare, which is, again, controlled through the Social Security Administration. And Anderson County is very blessed to have the office in Oak Ridge. They're great.
It is great. I used to help people who had to go to appointments because they get anxiety or whatever. And so I had one friend that had to go there, and the person, she got flustered.
Sure.
Because it's
easy
nervous
to do.
for her.
Yeah.
And he was kind of rude, and I was just like, dude.
Now, where was this at?
That was at the Social Security office, but
Okay.
he was so cool after I explained to him.
Yeah.
Hey, she's got some anxiety. Could we slow down just a little?
Yeah.
And then they were so super nice. And when I've had to go in there myself, they've been so quick, efficient, nice. And I think that we've always had to make an appointment to get in there.
They're
but
very
the facilities are nice too. When they redid the buildings, so nice.
Well, they're very helpful, and what you want is, I'm from this area, and so we have a lot of folks that don't like to go to any kind of government building, and so they do get a little anxiety, and it's kind of overwhelming. So myself and our others at Madison Insurance Group, what we try to do is assist folks, put them at ease, and we're there to help them. So if we need to go with them, we go with them to the Social Security office. But we also, when it comes time, once you have that in place, the Medicare Part A and B of original Medicare, which is what Roger needs to get on. And so if he gets that, then we look at the other thing on that sheet I gave you. What we set up is Path 1 or Path 2. The Path 1 is what is called the Medicare supplement portion. The original Medicare essentially covers about 80% of your medical and your hospital portion. So it leaves you vulnerable for the other 20%.
Right.
So what we do is we go back in. If you do a supplement plan, that supplement plan helps pick up that other 20%. So, and it does, those supplement plans do come with a premium, depending on the carrier.
Right.
So
and
they have
get assistance.
That's right. If they get extra helps and things like that. Well, there's different ways to go. Every case is different. People says, I want the best plan you got. Well, here's the thing. What fits you may not fit someone else. I mean, I could, so it depends on, really about three things. Your doctors that you see on a regular basis, the prescription medicines you take and on a regular basis, and in the pharmacy that you like to get your drugs at. So those things come into play as far as kind of nailing down which is the best plan, best fit for you.
So it would be easier for Roger since he doesn't have any of those three things.
Yeah.
So it's like starting fresh for
So
him.
here's what Roger needs to do is call this guy. His name is Sammy Sawyer. He's with Madison Insurance.
Sammy Sawyer.
Okay.
And I will help you. I will walk you through that. I will help you. There's a lot of people that really don't want to ask, but we were doing this 3 or 4 years ago. We had a gentleman call in on the call. I've used him several times. He's a gentleman here who lives in Clinton, and he had a great question. And so we took his call off the air. And long story short, went to his house where he lived, his trailer, and was able to help him tremendously. And so we do that. I do these on radios in Knoxville and other places, but we love assisting folks and helping them because, if you're watching the TV commercials, and I tell people this, it doesn't have to be me, but try to use an agent. someone you can either have a relationship with, or someone you can sit down with, because it's so dangerous and tricky. I guess I wouldn't say dangerous, but it's kind of tricky when you're doing it on TV or online or over a phone. You really make sure they've got your best interest at heart, and that's what we try to do at Madison Insurance Group. So that's.
And you're in Clinton, but did you just move to the building across the street?
We did. We actually have 8 offices in East Tennessee. On my card, it has the one in Broadway in Knoxville. So we've got 2 offices in Knoxville, one in West Knoxville off Kingston Pike. Then we have one in Fountain City. We also have one in Clinton, which we just moved across from the hall. It's
that nice building.
Yeah, we're in that building. And then we have our 2 main offices are in Oak Ridge. Our home office for Madison Insurance Group is in Oak Ridge. We're in the Bank of America building. And also if you go to Illinois Avenue, you'll see the real pretty mural that's painted on our building of Illinois, right down there from what used to be Lincoln's. I don't know what's there now, but we're really close right there on Illinois Avenue. Okay. And we have offices in Maryville, Maynardville, Sevierville, Kingsport. So we've got offices all over the place.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so we would love to help anybody that has any questions about Medicare, wanting to check on extra helps to see what they qualify for to get extra helps. Essentially helps you pay for some of the premiums or the other benefits. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, let's take a short commercial break.
Okay.
And then we'll come back and talk about some more. Think of some questions.
I'm thinking.
Roger, you think of questions too?
I've been thinking.
One question.
I got the mouse fixed, everybody. I banged on it.
Yeah, I was worried. I was coming up and he was in there blowing on the mouse.
See, I'm working right
Wait
now.
till after the commercial break.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. We're at WYSH Radio. You're listening to Ask Your Neighbor.
As a homeowner, I'm always looking for peace of mind, especially when I have a costly, unplanned expense, like a cooling system repair or replacement. That's when I turn to the eScore Quality Contractor Network. They're the pros who've been specially trained and approved by TVA and your local power company. The quality contractors are licensed and insured, so you can be assured the job will be done right and inspected for free. Contact your local power company or visit energyright.com to learn more.
That's right, man. Listen, y'all, Ron, y'all have been so good to us all these years. We greatly appreciate you here at the station. Jasper, we appreciate it. It's all y'all and what you do for the Shriners every year after year, and some of the big stuff you've done over the years, too. Man,
Our
listen,
pleasure.
our hearts are always with you and your station, WYSH 101.1 FM, AM 1380.
You got it,
You know,
pal.
look, man, you've been so good to us, and the Fez wearers and our ladies, we greatly thank you, sir.
Anytime. It's our pleasure to do it. It's what we like to do. We enjoy it. We certainly do. We've been giving away some of these tickets for the last little bit, and I know you've got some here too. Folks can get complimentary tickets. Circus coming to town the 3rd through the 5th.
Yes, the Carmela Shrine Circus down at Thompson Vulnerary, 3rd through the 5th. Isn't that exciting?
It is. When do they start rolling into town to get this stuff ready to go? Because it's a pretty big deal.
They're there right now.
Are they already
they're setting
here?
up? Yeah. They're well, look at. You don't have a high wire act unless somebody climbs up on the rafters and
puts up a high wire.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah. So somebody's got to be up there today. They're going to check out the structure. They'll make sure everything's structurally sound, I
Sure.
guess. I hate to use the same word twice, but I did twice. So I said twice.
That's
3
okay.
times now. Anyway, they'll get in there early, check things out, make sure that there's space for the animals, all that other stuff. It really takes some doing. They'll get in there probably sometime today. They'll be strong in it tomorrow, Thursday.
Yeah.
Right? And then big show starts on Friday. So they're there setting up, sure enough.
So you guys have to reserve Thompson Bowling for what, 5-6 days?
Wow, come on. Let's talk about that.
That's a big deal.
Hey, man, come on. What a blessing it is for us. And I say that without any reservation, a blessing for us to rent out Thompson Bowling Arena for which 3 days for our shows, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then they give you the bonus days, of course, to get
to set up. Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise we'd have a show, right? And then everybody, there's not a soul that paid for their ticket to get in. Everybody's invited, 100% for free.
That's awesome.
Think about that. So then everybody, the question, I hate.
Yeah, I was wanting to ask him, did he say he had 2 offices in Oak Ridge?
We do. We actually have the office at the what used to be the it still is the Bank of America building there, where the Oak Ridge Mall, I call it, where Tinseltown, all of that is. We're on the 2nd floor of the Bank of America building, and then we also have an office in off of Illinois Avenue. And I work. I'm at all of the offices. I mainly am in Knoxville and the Clinton office here. But where do you live at?
So you're not in that ear, nose, and or you go to the Jackson Square building, you're not in there anymore?
No, we own no, we do not. We're not in there. We moved down to there. You're talking about the tall Appalachian Underwriters building?
Right.
Yes. No, we're not. We moved about a year ago. We moved down into our own places, which is
down there next to Arby's.
Well, I think that's the Bank of America building, but the one you're talking about maybe on the Illinois Avenue. That's that's the office where we do a lot of our PNC, like home and auto type stuff. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but we are. I've got 8 here in East Tennessee. Kingsport was the other one I was started to mention, but I'm at all of them. I meet folks at their homes or out and about or in one of our offices and do appointments there.
Okay then.
Yes. Are you on Medicare?
I'm on the one you pay for, whatever it is.
Well, there's several. There's different ones. But so is your plan working well for you?
I'm thinking about getting ready to change since it's open enrollment now.
Correct. Well, starting Wednesday, October the 15th through December the 7th.
Okay, and I can get a hold of you, Cridge?
You can get a hold of me, and I'll give you the phone number real quick if you want to take it down. But
okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, if you'll call me, I'll set up an appointment, meet you at whichever office is convenient for you. And what I tell folks is this: review your plans each year. If you're on a Medicare Advantage plan or prescription drug plan, this is the time of year you can go in there and change those, look at them and see if it's working for you and what's changing on them. And then for January the 1st, when the new plans roll out for 2026, you'll have it in place.
Okay,
but you can,
let me take your number here.
865
Okay.
407 5011. And my name is
5011.
That's it. And my name is Sammy Sawyer.
Or Barney.
That's it.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So many people that it's hard for people to take me serious because they've seen me doing Barney so many years. So so it's a good thing though. We have a lot of fun with it. But we would love to help folks with this because it's so important to we was talking about our health. It's so important. If we don't have good health care and we don't take care of ourselves, and as we was talking, Bobby here, your teeth, your feet, sleep, all of those things plays into our health. And it's important that we, if you don't have health care, something in place, a lot of people just neglect going to the doctors and things like that.
Yes, okay. And some of them are scared too. A lot of people are scared of doctors and what they're going to find. And, I mean, my mom, when she was sick and stuff like that, she was scared that they're going to tell her something else. And I was like, it's okay, Mom. They're trying to help you. And
that's right.
They did all the way up to when she went to the Home in the Sky. They helped her.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people are scared of doctors or insurance agents.
Yeah. Well, that too. I see it on TV, and it just seems like scamish to me that it turns people away when there's real insurance companies that are really willing to help you get the right doctors and the right help and your health is very important. Like when I got my teeth done, stuff like that, my teeth were hairline fractured ever since I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
And they're sensitive, hurt to eat. It affects you. It affects your body. It affects your mind. It affects your mental health.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it's very important. If you guys have any dental problems, I would call this insurance company. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Bobby was talking about time. You don't take the time. You're going to have to make time to do.
Yeah.
Yes, and
that's my problem, and it's my own fault. I have time coming up. Right now, what our problem is the car. We're working on getting a new car.
Yeah.
And, it's okay.
So when you get that taken care of, I think things will be a lot better. But the Lord has blessed us in so many ways, and I can't complain about anything.
Well, that's a good attitude, and I will tell you this: certain situations, there's folks that you're talking about transportation. Some of the plans helps with transportation, like taking to the doctors and things like that. There's some in that case.
Stuff like that, Ethra.
You can use Ethra as well, but this is also, there's ways about that. So depending on what the needs are, so people, setting and not doing anything doesn't help you. To be proactive on it.
It's preventative medicine, and one of my things is I'm a garlic fiend. I take about three garlic cloves a day, and it cleans your body out. You have to take a good shower, and the antiperspirant and everything, and do your thing. But if you maintain, I've been doing this for 2 years, and it has made me actually it has renewed my strength and my mind, everything, my eyes, everything. It has been a miracle vegetable, fruit, whatever it is. And I have done a lot of research on this, and I will just keep doing it, because some of these people in Norway and stuff are living to 100 years old doing this. I don't plan on, I'm 66 right now, and if I did live to 100, that would be great, but I don't really care, because I could go home anytime and I wouldn't worry about it. But
well, I hope you can hear Bobby, what he's saying. Is if I can hear Bobby, can you hear him okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I can hear Bobby, that's good. I don't think you substitute if you've got homeopathics and things like that. There's things that work, obviously.
Yes.
But if you do need
medical, go get it, man.
Yeah. Well, you got to do it. You got to make the time. Yeah.
I'm just trying to do preventative medicine. I went and had one of those colonoscopy things about 10 years ago, and they said you're healthy as a horse. And I just had a hernia operation 4 years ago, and they said if you wouldn't have been the way you are, as useful as you are, we wouldn't have been able to do it.
Yeah.
So I consider myself very, very blessed and fortunate that I am useful at 66.
Very good.
And like I said last night, John Lodge passed away of the Moody Blues, and he was 80 in his 80s, and he looked really good for his age. He looked like preventative maintenance is the way to go. And drinking and being stupid all your life is no way to go through life.
Well, the number one reason folks don't go to the doctors is because of the insurance. They don't have insurance, proper insurance. So this is a great option. So if you're turning 65 or looking for some options as far as having Medicare as an option to help you to pay for the medical cost, we'd love to help you. Again, it's Madison Insurance Group. My name is Sammy Sawyer, 865-407-5011. And if you have any questions, we'll be here for just a few more minutes. And if you want to call in, if you've got questions about the plans, they are changing. This is the time of year. Again, it's from October the 15th through December the 7th for the annual enrollment period. If you're on an existing Medicare Advantage plan or standalone prescription drug plan, this is the time of year you want to review the plan you're on right now, and then look at what's changing on those, and maybe see if there's better options for the 26.
Okay.
Part D, a lot of people ask that question of what, so you've got A, B is the original Medicare, which is the hospital and medical. C is an Advantage plan. Part D is a standalone prescription drug plan. What that is it's a drug plan that complements the Medicare supplement plan, because the Medicare supplement plan essentially is just picking up that Part A and B, and it has no dental, vision, hearing, or prescription drug coverage in that. So you do a standalone, which is a Part D prescription drug plan.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Any other?
The cost of drugs nowadays are really skyrocketing, like you said. So that is an awesome option.
Yeah. What happens is they're tiered, and so depending on the tier of the drugs on the formulary for when you go to pick up your drugs, what that does is help pay the cost of your out-of-pocket cost for drugs. So we have people, that on some expensive drugs, some that are maybe not on some that are very expensive. There's tier ones, things like that. So some of the plans, you won't pay anything out of pocket for some of those drugs, depending on the drugs. So, and diabetics and things like that. So there's that cap now of $2,000 for 2025 that you would pay. for the whole year is moving to $2,100, as we mentioned earlier, for 2026. So you're not going to lose your house and farm over that, but it does help pay the cost of those.
Right.
Okay.
Well, we'll go ahead and go to commercial and give people a few more minutes to ask another question. And we'll be back on Ask Your Neighbor.
Your floors are a bore, and so are you, with endless carpet choices leaving you confused again. You're feeling stuck. You've got all the symptoms. You've got a case of floor fatigue. Sure, you could ignore it, or you could call for help. Call Karen's Carpet. They'll not only transform your space with Primo Flooring Oak Hill Hardwood for just $4.99 a square foot, they'll floor you with options. Karen's Carpet, the store that gives you more. Visit karenscarpetsales.com today.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you, when I told my mom, it's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Hello, back to Ask Your Neighbor. All right. And if you guys have any questions for Sammy this morning, please call. If you have any questions about each plan or where he's located or any
anything. You want to ask anything. We'll make up stuff for you.
We'll make up stuff for you. Yeah, there we go.
This is
No, we won't make stuff.
So y'all do. Let me ask y'all a question. So y'all do the trading time of the evenings? Is that what y'all do?
Yes,
okay.
Usually.
Yeah. So they threw you in here this morning doing trading time.
So. Well, yeah, we fill in. Well, she just helps me. She volunteers.
I got
my daughter-in-law. That's his daughter.
Very good.
And we just have fun with it. Yeah. But whenever they're out, we fill in, and now Jay's training me over on Merle, and I'm getting the hang of that.
Good.
It's fun.
Well, listen, you had 25 callers this morning, so I've had one, so it says something about you. Y'all are a lot better than me at this, right? Huh? So.
We've been doing it for a few years now.
Good deal.
Yep.
So we're really excited about it.
Very good. Well, I'll tell you what, I would love to help folks. If they've got a question, we'll be here for just a few more moments, but for Medicare, this time of year, the annual enrollment period, a lot of people call it the open enrollment period. That's actually in January, but the annual enrollment period, which is October the 15th, which is coming up this Wednesday, and it goes through December the 7th. That is the time of year that you are able to go in, if you need to switch Medicare Advantage plans, prescription drug plans, that's the time of year to do that. So if you've got a question concerning that, or questions concerning turning 65, or you're going to be turning 65 in the next year or two, we'd love to help you with those type of questions. Or if you're like Bobby here, who's 66, needs help, he's not been on it yet.
We got a call.
Ask Your Neighbor.
Do you have a question or comment?
Yeah, I got a question about the Medicare stuff.
All right, go ahead. What's your question?
Do you all have all the plans?
We have just about all of the plans. We have several different carriers that we are contracted with. So all of the main ones we do. I wouldn't say we have all of the plans because they're depending on the zip code and where you're at. Are you in here in Clinton?
Clinton, yeah.
Okay, so we have most all of the carriers that we rep for that are around here. Are you on a Medicare Advantage plan now?
I am.
Okay, and depending on the care, the main ones: Blue Cross Blue Shield, Humana, United Healthcare, Mutual, or Aetna, Cigna. There's others out there that, depending on the network where your doctors, that what they take, that plays a key factor in which plan might fit you best.
Okay. The question I'm wondering, I got an advertisement for one that I've never heard of before. Are they all regulated by the government?
CMS regulates them. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services do. There's some that are out there that are not as popular, but they are. I mean, they're legit. What's the name of the carrier you're talking about?
Devoted.
Yeah, Devoted's very good, very good. A little limited on their network, but Devoted's got some great plan and some great options. But the key to doing that is that what you would want to do is make sure what your existing primary care doctor and any specialist that you see, if they take those plans. But they're legit and they're very good. They've got some really good plans.
Well, I started out with Meredith Omaha.
Yes.
And then I went to Aetna.
Uh-huh.
And the one thing I found out is you can't be in love with each one, because you got to go whatever's the best one. The person, I got a relative that she got Mutual Omaha and had it for 8 or 9 years, and she won't even talk about going to nobody else.
Well, was it a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan?
She had a supplement.
Yeah, and the supplements are very good, and the supplement does not, the plan itself will not change. The premiums will. As you get older, the premiums will continue to increase. And so there's not one fit for everybody. So I have a lot of couples that I do. The husband may be on a supplement and the wife be on a Medicare Advantage plan. So that's the kind of thing that we sit down. We do what's called a needs assessment, which is essentially your pertinent information like your name, address, date of birth, things like that. But also, depending on the doctors, the primary care doctor, the specialist, your list of your prescription medicines you take and which pharmacy you like to use, as far as helping us to be able to determine which might be the best fit for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like I said, I messed up. I thought I was doing a really smart thing, and I didn't apply for my Social Security until I was 67.
Mm-hmm. That's not that's not. I mean, that's okay.
Well, it wasn't okay for me because I didn't apply, and then when I did apply, I thought, okay, because at that time, this was 10 years ago, but at that time when you were 67, you got full, all the whistles and bells.
Yeah.
Well, when I applied, they give me one bill I'm stuck with for the rest of my life that I don't like, and that's why I got to pay so much a month.
Yep.
Every month for the rest of my flipping life, because
you're not talking about drawing your Social Security. You're talking about you enrolled in Medicare late at 67 instead of 65.
No, I didn't enroll. I didn't sign up for neither Medicare or Medicare or Social Security.
Yeah.
Until I was 67 and a half.
Okay. Yeah.
Because that's when back then that's when you were fully vested in it.
Yes, it's called your full retirement. 10 years ago, it wouldn't have been 67, but what happens is there is a late enrollment fee that does go with you the rest of your life if you did not enroll in Medicare, at least Part A. There's a couple of different stipulations in that, but the bottom line is if you do get that late enrollment fee, and it's
$11 right now. The rest of my flipping life, they take out of my check before I ever see it.
That's a late enrollment fee. Yeah, that's through the Social Security Administration and CMS that they apply that, and it's for folks that did not enroll. They have a late enrollment fee. Sometimes it can get waived depending on the reasoning, but most people now, if you're drawing Social Security, I will tell you this, and that's a great question, is on Social Security. If you begin drawing your Social Security prior to turning 65, they will automatically enroll you into Medicare Part A and B. Once you become Medicare eligible at 65, you can take the Part B and say, no, I don't want to take it yet, but it will automatically enroll you. Otherwise, you have to either go to those three options I was talking about to enroll in the original Medicare Part A and B through the phone calls to Social Security, either in person, or you can do it online. You can enroll online. A lot of people that are computer savvy can do it that way.
Yeah, I may be pretty savvy, but I'm not real good at punching them buttons like I want you to.
Yeah, I understand.
Anyway,
yeah, I understand it. And that late enrollment fee you've got, unfortunately, it goes with you the rest of your life. It doesn't sound like a lot, but what it does, it calculates it every month after you become Medicare eligible at 65, for however many years it is before you actually go on Medicare. They will calculate it for those months, a few cents, but it adds up, and then it goes with you the rest of your life.
Absolutely. And I didn't call my congressman and everything back because I think it's a ripoff, because I tried to save them money by not signing up, and then they messed me over for the rest of my life. Because anyway, I won't get started on that, because if I do, I'll talk forever, because it makes me pure ill.
I understand.
Makes me pure mad to try to save them money and not get something, and then they charge me. Anyway, I won't get started. My other question is this ship thing. There's a thing on the back of you, my 2026 book that says I can call it's a SHI. Some Medicare ship program or something. Supposedly they got every plan, and they can lay it all out there for you. Now, can y'all do that too?
We can, and here's the thing I would tell you. That's calling a number and doing it either online or through a phone call. Doesn't have to be me necessarily, but I would always try to use an agent that will sit down with you and show you your options. And we try to get to those options, the best options for you, by asking those questions about your primary care doctor and making sure which network they're in, your prescription drugs, and also the pharmacy you like to go take to get your prescriptions filled. So yeah, we have a lot of the options. We have all the carriers that are in this area we're contracted with that we can write. But again, it goes back to what does your doctor take? Which plans and which providers do they take? Does that make sense? Did that answer that for you?
Yeah, sort of.
Well, tell me what. I want to make sure I get it. I don't want to be sort of. I want to make sure I answer it correctly for you. So to answer your question, what you're talking about on that book that you got from Social Security, it's saying there's all these options for you. We've got all those options for you as well through our agency of who we're contracted with.
Okay, we got 1 minute.
All right. Does that help? That sort of tells me what I need to find out. I sure appreciate that. Is the drug plan going to change a whole lot next year?
Depending on your...
What I'm worried about is I take Majarno, and they're pretty rough on you if you take that, because they don't pay much on it. I mean, it's not like some of them really crazy drugs, but I mean it's like $1,200 a month.
Yeah. Here's what I'll tell you real quick, and I know they've got to go to a break here. Here's what I would tell you: the only change on your max out of pocket for 26 versus 25 is going to be it's moving from $2,000 to $2,100 is the cap for the year that you would pay out of pocket. What I would tell you is if you'll call me, I will help you with there's what's called state pharmaceutical assistance programs that helps pay some of these expensive drugs, and we can see if you can qualify for that. But if you will call me, it's Sammy Sawyer, Madison Insurance Group, 865-407-5011. Okay.
Okay.
Or you can call back in here. You can call back to the station. I'm going to leave my cards with them as well.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
We appreciate the callers
calling. Yes, we do.
There's another card here. So if you're listening and you have any questions off the air, I have my phone with me all the time. You call me 865-407-5011. 5011. Would love to help you if you have any questions. Again, it's starting this Wednesday, annual enrollment period for Medicare Advantage plans and prescription drugs plans. Okay.
And thank you guys for tuning into WYSH. Ask Your Neighbor.
Oh, wait. And thank you so much, Sammy, for coming and talking to us. We appreciate it.
Thank you all very much. We've had fun, haven't we?
Yeah.
That's the main thing. All right.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to Ask Your Neighbor on WYSH.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow and ask your neighbor. Or email from our website. It's Ask Your Neighbor. Thanks for listening.